All right, guys, we'll give it 1 minute here. All right, let's get it started. Welcome to the live session, Wednesday, January 28th. All right, so last week we said that we were at the edge of the channel here, and we were either going to drop down or we're going to hold that and come up. So we came up when we hit that 7,000, right? Now we're right here at that box. So that box right here can't get through that 7,023. Okay, we tried today, failed. Okay, now we're holding that breakout point right here, 6994, but we're still inside the channel. We're still above the 20 SMA. Okay, squeeze still forming. Still forming squeeze nicely. Okay. And the squeeze right here, we can see that squeeze is coming up. Okay, that's good. Stochastic's coming up. Momentum's coming up. RSI above 50. We do have a little bearish divergence here. It's very the only thing about these bearish divergences that are right now that I'm looking at are this is kind of consolidation. So, it's hard to distinguish between consolidation and trending when you're talking about the RSI. So if we're in this consolidation here, this could just be consolidation, right? We're not really trending because we're kind of going sideways. So when you're trending, you could rely on the RSI. When you're going sideways like this, can't really depend on the RSI too much because we're kind of just going sideways. So there's no relative strength at all because it's just in a box. So the box and the RSI don't really kind of go together that well because we already know that we're not strong because we're in a range. And this range here is basically between 6,850 and 7,000. So the bearish divergence, maybe, but as well, just consolidation, right? Consolidation. The important part is we're above all the moving averages. We're above the channel. We're inside the channel. We made a new high, and it was an all-time high. That's good, right? What do we want to see? We want to make higher highs and higher lows. What are we making right now, though? We're making kind of. We made a low here. We made a higher high here. We made a higher low here. Made a higher high here. We made a lower low here, but we then made a higher high here. All that means is we're kind of consolidating. We're kind of going sideways, right? We're not making higher highs and higher lows. We're making higher lows, higher highs, and then lower lows, and then higher highs. So whenever you see that, it's kind of in that choppy area. And I know we've been in that choppy area for a little bit, but we're at least in this overall bullish channel. So we're in this overall bullish channel. We made a new high today. Okay, that's good because we're making new highs. But now the question is, okay, are we going to hold this 20 SMA and are we going to hold this channel? Because if not, we're going to repeat and touch this 2,900 or maybe even a 688.4. And then we're going to be in this larger box, which we don't want to be in, right? Because we've been in this box, we've been in this box, we've been in this box, and now we don't want to be in this larger box. We want to get out of the box, right? And that's kind of what NASDAQ and QQQ did yesterday. They got out the box, but what did they do today? They're right on the box. So we've been seeing a switch, right? So SPY was stronger the last couple weeks to a month, and then QQQ just started coming and taking over. Okay, let me. All right, got that. So here we have to get over this 7,023. Okay, so right now we do have a bull flag. Okay, we do have positive RSI. We do have positive squeeze. Okay, and if we look on a lower time frame, we have the same thing, positive RSI. Okay, we're right here on the 4 hour at least. We're making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, that's good. So we have that bull flag still holding that breakout. That's good. Okay, that's positive footing for the market. Okay, so we had a mismatched earnings today, and that kind of made it wishy-washy a little bit. Okay, let's go down 1 hour. But the key point is we held this area. Okay, we held that 6994. That's good. Okay, we're still trending here. And if we build a 1 hour channel here, we can see that at least on SPX, same thing. We're trending up. All right, we're trending up in the hourly. The only thing I don't like about the hourly is this. We were above the 50. We got rejected. Now we're below. Okay, that's the only thing. But that's not the truth on the 4 hour. 4 hour is completely fine. 4 hour, completely fine. Okay, daily, fine. As long as we're above that 6994, we're good. All right. All right. So let's take a look at SPY. So SPY. So SPY is a different kind of even though they have the similar charts and everything, SPY is a little bit different because we had that head and shoulders on SPY. We got out of that yesterday, and then today, we hit this target 69792. Well, I mean, a couple cents away, but we made a reversal candle here, and I do think we pull back a little bit. I think we pull back a little bit on SPY, but I think we go 691, maybe 689, and that's the support right there, 689, right where that 20 SMA is. But I do think we hold it. So we are over the RSI 50, and we have a squeeze that's firing up. So it already fired up 2 days ago. Okay, so we see that it fired up 2 days ago. That's good. Problem is, when it fires up, we want to see it, continue. We don't want to see this weakness, especially at all-time highs, right? So what that's telling us is, we're hitting all-time highs and people are selling. We don't like that. So it is earnings season, and there's a lot of earnings that a lot of people are worried about. But I think it just pulls back a little bit, probably to 689.75, holds that area, sets up because of this consolidation here. Right here, that consolidation. It just got above it. You see how this consolidation is, and it just got above it, rejected, came back inside. So it's gonna probably come back, test the bottom of it, 689. Hold it, build the flag, right? Because this is a flag. Build that flag and then take off. And that's probably going to be on another separate earnings. Okay? Separate earnings probably going to take us out. Earnings. Remember, I did say in the chat that this week had a lot of semis and technology. So some were good, some were bad, some were nothing. So it kind of just like equaled out to fizzling. So here we are. And I think that if tomorrow's down, I feel like we go to 689 this week. We hold that, set up, and then next week, which is going to be February, and we got a big earnings on February. We have AMD, right? We have a couple of big ones, but the big one is AMD, and we have a couple other ones, which I think is going to be great. But we'll see. But I think we pull back here, set up, and then we go. Okay. So that head and shoulders was right here. We got out of it yesterday and today. So what that tells me is, okay, we're going to set up a nice bull flag and then set up to go higher. Right? Because if we really wanted to sell off today, we not only had the Fed not cut rates, but we also had, wishy-washy earnings. I mean, even though we're good earnings, the moves were wishy-washy. So I think we could have fell a lot more today. A lot more. Didn't happen. So I think that we're okay. All right. All right, let's go to NASDAQ. Okay, so NASDAQ, okay, so, as you can see, kind of like what I said about QQQ, we broke out of this box, right? And now we're here. I think we come back, test the box, we hold it, set up a bull flag, and then set up to break all-time highs. Because we could have broke all-time highs today, but we didn't. Okay, now I think we set up a bull flag, and then either next week, I think next week it's gonna go. This week is gonna be a pullback for the rest of the week. I think it's gonna pull back, and then hold, and then set up. Next week we go. I mean, it's pretty. I think it's pretty evident looking at the charts here. As we said yesterday, we broke out. Okay, said we were going to 37. We almost got there. 636.6. Okay, and then I think we come back here. 29 to 30. We hold it. We set up, and then we take off next week. And that's the beginning of February. I feel like February possibly is going to do us good. And you see the squeeze right here? It's already taking off. But you never want to see a squeeze fire and then it's a negative candle. So it popped up and then sold off. You don't want to see that on a squeeze fire. So best case scenario, we pull back here, hold it, set up, then we go next week. Okay. All right. So that's QQQ. All right. IWM. All right. IWM. Again. IWM. So we broke out here. We got rejected here. Came back inside. Now we're at the lower end of trend line. I feel like it's gonna consolidate here for a little, and then once it hits the lower end trend line, it's gonna start going again. Because remember, IWM is our leader. It's been doing great since I said it in December that it was gonna make a big move, and now it's been the leader. Okay, DIA. Let's go to DIA. DIA. I mentioned last week it's going to go sideways here. And it's still going sideways. Here's that box. That box, it's not going below 45. Staying in this box. I said it was going to get in the upper box. Kind of go there. So this is just building that flag. It's not going yet. RSI holding 50, that's good. So we don't have anything to fear about this dropping unless RSI loses 50 and then we end up losing 485. If not, this is just a bull flag consolidating before it goes up to 505. Okay. Let's get into some stocks here. All right. All right. Let's see here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. My dogs just get out. All right, back. Sorry about that. All right, Oracle. Let's do Oracle. All right, Oracle. So Oracle here is kind of just going back and forth from that 172 to that 182 area. We've kind of been in that box. So, do I think it's a good lotto right here? Yes, because it's been holding this area. Go to a 4-hour chart or 1-hour chart. We hit that, boom. Hit that, boom. I think that's a good area to hold. But is it exactly time to go long? I don't know. Overall, it's just, it has good area right here, and it's at that 100 SMA. It is a good area, and I mean monthly's hitting that RSI 50. It's just kind of chopping around in this zone. So 172 I think is the floor, and I think 182 is the wall. So I think maybe it stays in this area for a little bit until it gets some clarity of what it wants to do. But the lottos, I think the lottos will go back up. Just like when we were up here, I was like, okay, we're going back and forth. So we're building a box. Boxes could be very long. Right now we're building that box. But I think right now is a good bottom, at least to 177, maybe 180, 182. But to get long, I don't know. I have to see more strength. And that's the same thing with, MicroStrategy. It's doing the same exact thing. It's in a box. It's in this box here. Right. It's in this box. And we saw some strength here, and then came back inside, and then it's just kind of like staying in the same area, right? Staying in that same mid-channel box, and it's probably staying there until earnings. So, it's probably gonna go sideways. It's probably gonna be up. It's probably most likely if it goes a little lower, maybe 156, then it's gonna be up the next day to 160, 163. And it's going to keep doing that until earnings. There's box consolidations right now on these guys that been down for a while, right? Okay. So just to give you an example. All right, Tesla. Okay, well, Tesla had earnings, right? And if you've been trading Tesla for the past month, that it's been sticking to 640. It's been sticking to 640. So we've been above it, holding below it, then back up, and then holding, and then below it. Okay, we had earnings. Those earnings popped, and now we're at right back at 440. So does it look good? Yes, it looks good over 440. Okay, so tomorrow, if it could stay over 440, and more importantly, get over 443, then we get 450, and then after 452, then we get 460 and more. Okay, but I mean, I think they did good earnings. Yeah, they had good earnings. Sorry about that. All right. But, how many times throughout the years have we been trading Tesla and it's like inside the moving averages, just kind of like BA. BA likes to stay inside the moving averages, and when it's inside, it's very choppy. When it gets out, it makes the run. So we need to get away from these moving averages, right? You see, we got back in the moving averages here, and it's all choppy, 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 and they're getting tight. And look, we got a squeeze forming. RSI needs to get over that 50. We need to get through that 442, and then once we get over that, we got to get through that 450, and that's the big breakout. 452.50 is the big breakout. Once that goes on, I bet you we'll hit 490.500 again immediately. So that's the big level, 452.50. If we break that, 490. Bet. Tesla's, it's a creature of animal. I mean, it's it's an animal of creature. It's a wait. No, I'm saying it all wrong. It's a creature of habit. There you go. All right. All right. Coin. Okay, coin. All right, coin. So we said this area was going to be a buy area. First, it was bought. Then it got rejected by the 50, came back under. Now we're at the lower end of that. And the only problem I have with it is we have that bullish divergence, but then we just lost it. We have to get back up. We got to get back up above 220 in order for this RSI to get back up above this bullish divergence. If we can't do that, it's real bad. Then we have really no support until maybe 195, and then that's just, I don't want to think about that. But if we look at this, we have RSI at 36 on the weekly. I feel like we're gonna get back up by the end of the week. I feel like we'll get back up above at least 220, maybe 225 by Friday. I'm gonna say coin is gonna gap down and then have a big day. That's what I'm thinking, because we have that whole thing on Monday with the cryptocurrency, and we had a little bit of good positive action on that. But if this really wants to be saved, I think it's gonna have either a gap down tomorrow and have a big day, or just a big day Friday to save it, because right here at this level, I don't really see it going anywhere but down to 195. So if it wants to save itself, we need to get back over 220, 225. If he could do that, it's saved. If not, like I don't know what could help it. But like if you see the RSI right here, like this is matching here, and in order for it to continue to be a bullish divergence, this has to bounce right here, get back up. Because if this breaks that, that's there's no more divergence. So let's take a look at lower time frame. And then what do we see? Boom. Okay. We see a huge divergence on the 4-hour chart. You see that? We have a huge divergence on the 4-hour chart. So, like I said, tomorrow we might gap down a little, and then we make a big run up. And, there's relative strength here. We keep going down here. We have relative strength on the 4-hour chart. Let's see the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart, same thing. So, again, in order to be saved, we need to get back over 220, 225. So, if we do that by the end of the week, then we're good. We do have a bullish divergence on a 1-hour and 4-hour chart. So that's a positive. So maybe this is a major shakeout, and then we have a big day tomorrow or Friday, or maybe we have a decent day tomorrow and then another one Friday. That's the same thing. But looks good on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart. All right, MicroStrategy already did. All right, Amazon. All right, Amazon. Everybody that knows, I haven't liked Amazon in a long time. It's been kind of crap. This is a big consolidation here. It tried to get out of it once, failed. Okay, this is another time. I really don't want to touch Amazon until it's above 250, maybe even 252. It does have earnings coming up. The RSI does look good. I heard there was some big buyers that came in, but Amazon has just been, kind of like a letdown lately for a while. Look at how long this is. This is a year chart, right? So consolidation, then drop, and then pop, and then stayed in this area, tried, failed, and we had great earnings here. That's why it popped so hard and came back inside. And then, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the earnings that gets it out, but it's just this level of 245 to 250. The reason why I'm so resistant on getting long this is because every time it hits this 240 to 250 area, it drops back down to low 200s or even lower 200s. So what that's telling me as a trader is there's somebody with a large amount of shares selling in this zone. And there's possibly a large amount of somebody buying in this zone, or maybe it's the both person, they're buying at 220, 215 and selling at 250, 240, But until we clear this area, we don't know that they're done selling. So here we hit it again, we sold off. And don't get me wrong, we're making higher lows. That means, okay, they're running out of shares to sell. I get that. But I haven't seen a higher high yet. If we see a higher high again, and then we see a higher low above this area of consolidation, then maybe I'm gonna be like, okay, they're running out. It's gonna take off, and maybe that happens during earnings. Next week? And what did I say? I said market in general and everything else is probably gonna pull back this week, and then next week during February we have a lot of big earnings coming up, and maybe that takes the market higher. Maybe Amazon is one to take the market higher, and maybe we finally get out of this consolidation. And if we do, we go to 265. Okay, we go to 265. So that's about 25 points. So that's a good possibility. Very good possibility. Very good possibility we go that high. Okay. But I'm just saying right now, it's kind of been the same up, down, up, down, up, down. All right. All right. Does it have hope? Yes, it does. All right. AMD. All right. AMD. Okay. AMD holding support on that 250.90 area that I mentioned to you guys when we were here. I said we're going to pull back to 251. We did, and we've been holding it. Okay? We've been holding it, making a nice bull flag. Everything's golden right now. Okay? We have earnings when? First week of February. Okay? So first week of February, what did I say about AMD before? This whole consolidation was a pain to get through. We got out of it. And then what happened? We made money on this, right? We made a bunch of money on this because it rallied up hard. Okay. And then we hit almost the top right here. We hit, was it 14, 15 cents away from all-time highs. And then we're making a bull flag, waiting for earnings. I think it's going to pop. We're going to go 300, and then we're going to go more. But there's nothing wrong with this bull flag right here. It's holding exactly where it needs to hold. It's been holding for, 3 days? That means it's good support. Okay, looks good. Looks great. All right. All right, let's see. Let's see, BA. All right, BA. All right, BA. So I want you to pay attention to this area right here. So this area right here is BA's previous. Remember we got long BA over here and we made a bunch of money over here? All right, and then BA kind of topped out and then just came back all the way down here. So BA now popped over. We thought it was going to go to 260 by the end of the year. Didn't do it. It's kind of slowed down. And then came back. Now it's holding this major area right here. And it's a 20 SMA. So if I wanted to, I could actually create a channel because I think this channel is solid. This channel. Yep. That's the channel. And you can see that low, high. Okay. High, low. Okay. This is the channel that's going to take us up to 270. So was today a buy? Oh, hell yeah. It was a buy. Buy. If we lose that channel, okay, we have a problem because we lost the 20 SMA. Because look at the 20 SMA is right on the channel. And that's exactly where it should be. Whenever you make a channel and you're above the 20 SMA, that 20 SMA should be riding that channel. And this is exactly what it's doing. So if you're not holding that 20 SMA, then guess what? You're going to come back down here. And then what is this? Sorry. Let me zoom out again. What is this? That's the 50 SMA crossing over the 200 and the 100. What does that mean? That means that we got a positive divergence as well. So we got a positive moving averages crossing over the 200 and the 100. We have the 50 crossing over the 200 and the 100, and we're holding the 20 SMA. Okay, that's good. What does that mean? We're in a strong uptrend. Okay, so what did I say? 2026 was going to be BA's year. Okay, it's starting off great. Starting off good. So let it run. Let it run. I think it's going to be 300 plus this year. All right. All right. CRWV. Okay. All right. CRWV. All right. So CRWV. All right. Let me take this off. Okay. Let's go to the weekly. All right. So this is a descending triangle. Okay. On the weekly. All right. We have RSI above 50 and it hit 50, bounced up, and it's going. We are testing the downtrend right now. We're testing the downtrend and we're struggling, but that's okay because that's what it's meant to do, to struggle on the downtrend. So we're struggling, but we're also having a bull flag. This is a bull flag on the weekly and we're firing. Okay. Firing, made new highs. Okay. So this is why we've been having a lot of action in a core weave. So grab this. All right. So we broke out yesterday. Okay, hit my target 110.84. Okay. Then today gapped up huge, sold off. Okay, we retested the 200 SMA and the 100 SMA, held both of them, and debatedly held the downtrend. Okay. We did put in a reversal candle here, but tomorrow, if we open up and we hold 106 to 107, we hold that, guess what? That confirms we're outside of the downtrend. We're setting up another bull flag, and we're going to go higher. And we're going to go 120. And then after we go 120, we're going to go 140. Okay? So here we go. First of all, we were in this ascending triangle, right? We're in this ascending triangle, broke out, came back in, tested it, and pushed. Okay? That's positive right there. We could make that a channel right there. Okay? And then we just grind back up. I think it's beautiful. I think it looks good. As long as we're above 105, which is the 200 SMA, that's first and foremost. I said that to you guys earlier today in the chat. I said as long as we're above 105, we're golden. So now tomorrow, as long as we're above 106 to 107, we're good. We're good. Because that tells us we're out of the downtrend. And we're setting up to go to 120 and then 140. And then 140 to 145 is where we're going to have trouble. 140 to 145, we'll have trouble, but we're at 106. That's why we have those longs at 125. But look at that RSI, beautiful. Stochastic's beautiful. Everything's beautiful. You know, maybe we've been, popping up and gapping up and selling off, but we're still continuously gapping up. Even though we might sell off, we're still pushing. So there's a lot of buyers and a lot of buying pressure. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Microsoft. All right, Microsoft. So Microsoft, I said get long it here, and then I did say we're going to 180. Okay, we got to 180. Okay, now we had earnings. Okay, earnings dropped hard. Okay, earnings is earnings, right? Even though they beat, whatever the problem is, they're here at 451. And I already said I don't think Microsoft loses at 451. I don't think it does. So I do think tomorrow is going to be by the dip on Microsoft. I do. If somehow, some way, Microsoft opens at 463, it's still by the dip because it's going to hold the bull flag here and then it rallies up. And even if it opens at 451 and then rallies all the way up to 463, that's still good. So either way, the key number here is 463. We get back above there, great. If we get back above 470, even better. Even better, because that's a hard support. Okay. So, I knew it was going to get up here because once it passed that 20 SMA, it's going to go to this cluster right here. Okay. So, we're back down here right now, but if we pop back up tomorrow, then that's going to be a savior. Now, if it sells off, there's only one area that could go. It's 424, unless we double bottom at 438. But I don't think that's going to happen. With all these techs that are doing good, I don't think that this one breaks and goes lower than this area here. Maybe it comes back here and then bounces hard, but I don't really think that Microsoft is gonna, fall off when, Microsoft pretty much is the one that started all of it. All right. All right. SLV. Okay. SLV. The choo-choo train that just keeps coming. So here's the thing about SLV. it keeps going, and I looked through it all. I looked through it all, and I want to say, like it's in its wave three. It's in its wave three, and it's not showing any signs of stopping. I thought it'd be selling at 100, and I even said today. I said if it gets below 100 today, you know, let's just short the shit out of this. But what did it do? It hit that 100. It hit that 100 exactly, and it ripped up. So it did the opposite of what I thought, right? I thought it was going to get below 100 and then drop off. It hit that 100, back tested it, and then took off. So, I mean, this thing is it's going to go 110, 120, okay? Maybe in that zone it sells off, but what this is telling me, it's not ready. RSI still kind of it's not ready. It's only 82, which is insane. But Stochastics looking great. The only reason why I thought maybe 100 because 100 is a psychological level, and we rejected it here, and then here we close above, but then here we sold off and we're trying to get below. And I said, okay, if it gets below 100, just like this one did, we're gonna bearish engulf this candle. And then we're gonna have two candles that are rejecting 100, and that's when I'm like, okay, this one's done. But what it do? Held that 100 and turned around and took off. So this one's not stopping. You can't fight the trend. I'm not gonna fight the trend. I'll get out of the puts tomorrow. But this one's gonna keep going. And the volume is still there. You can't argue with that. You can't. No matter how one thing you got to learn in the stock market is no matter how much you think that it should be done, the market's going to tell you when it should be done. You can't tell the market when it should be done. It's going to do what it wants. All right? Okay. All right, TFC. Okay, TFC. Okay, never did it before, but here, I will do it real quick. Okay. TFC. Okay. TFC has a ascending triangle, and a box. Okay, so it has a consolidation box here with an ascending triangle. Okay, so once it breaks that 5150, it goes to 53, and it goes to 5230, and then 5330. So it's above the 20. All the moving averages are below it. Has a squeeze on it, holding that 50 just right. Okay, looks good. Once it breaks out, it goes 52, 53, maybe even 54 and 55. Just because it has that squeeze on it. But it looks good for a long. Nice fine right there. Okay, nice fine. Okay. So we got CIFR. All right, CIFR, we have consolidation here, going sideways, consolidating. So we do have a little squeeze. We do have RSI above 50. Okay, we do have hard resistance at 20. So this one it needs time. It's not there yet. It needs time. It's probably going to slowly chop around, and then earnings comes up, and then it's going to make a move. So you have time. You have time for that one. Does it look bad? No, it doesn't look bad. But does it need time? Yes, it does need time. Okay. Okay. Okay, Neo. All right, Neo. All right, bad news for Neo. So this is consolidation here. Okay, and we just dropped and went back into consolidation here. So it's stuck at the midline. Okay, this is the midline. Okay, that's the midline. You can see here it was holding that as support. Okay, here it's holding that as support. So you're going to be in this consolidation for a little bit till this RSI gets above 50. Okay, we have the 50 crossing over the 200 in a negative way. That's not good. So, I mean, you're going to stay in this range for a little while. It doesn't show any strength right now. You're gonna stay in that range for a while. Okay. Okay. All right, Disney. All right, Disney. Disney. It's an earnings play. Okay, earnings is a 2-2. So next week, and does it have a nice bull flag? Yes. Where's the monthly support? 107. Are we above that? Yes. Okay. We're consolidating. You know, we couldn't get through that, but the main reason is Disney has an ascending triangle on the monthly. Weekly, this is the major part. Weekly downtrend, broke out of the downtrend, stayed out of the downtrend, holding the bull flag. Okay, holding the bull flag. Okay, we get earnings. All we need is this on earnings, and then we're out, and then we go 125 more. Okay, so all Disney is a consolidation that's taking too long, and either the earnings takes it out of this, or worst case scenario, earnings puts it back into the downtrending channel. So I think it took a lot to get out of this channel, and I don't think it's gonna go back in there. From one of the things I've heard about Disney and about the football team that at least I've seen that they're getting, I think it's gonna be positive earnings. But we'll see. Okay, TKO. Okay, TKO. All right, TKO. Not good. You know what this is? This is an inverse cup and handle. So we got the big cup here, and then we have the little cup here. That's an inverse cup and handle, and it's firing down. Okay, first target is 193, then 190, then 185, and I think it stops there because this is a hard support area. So RSI below 50, rejecting 50, going down. This is a short. It's a short. You know, inverse cup and handle, and it's going down to 186 possibly. All right. Okay, next one, AR. All right, AR. This isn't Austin Reeves because he's not hitting right here. Let's see here. This is a dividend stock. So you can see by the dividends here. Dividend stocks don't really move. They don't move at all. Okay, and I mean we could see here for the past how many years? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 years it's been in a range of $20 to $40. I mean, granted that's 50%, but the past 1 year it's been in, 30, and we're at the upper end. So the problem here is the longer the bull flag gets, because this is a pretty long bull flag. So we'll measure it. Okay, we'll measure it from where it is today, that right there. Okay, and then we'll put this down here, and then we'll just turn this up. Okay, it's slightly longer than the flag. All right, whenever a bull flag gets longer than the flagpole, it's kind of it's ran its life. That means it's no good bull flag no more. So it's not a good bull flag anymore. Now the shorter term bull flag maybe, but the longer term it's just not looking good. So I think this could pop up and maybe test 42 again, but I'm not sure it fires it. it does have a squeeze and everything, but the squeeze, it just means it's going to been sideways for a while. And then here it's wishy-washy. It's up above 50, below 50, up above 50, and there's a squeeze. But like you see this consolidation, it tried to get over, couldn't bounce, and then here we're getting blocked again. And then you have earnings. It's too big of a risk. It's too big of a risk for me. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't play that. It's too big of a risk. Doesn't look like a good play. All right. Okay. HSY. All right. HSY. All right. So HSY here. We have this ascending triangle here with the squeeze and a nice RSI over 50, and it's good. So here's the resistance portion right here that's trying to get over, which we could just kind of say the 200 SMA, basically that is trying to get over. So we could take that off and be like, hey, the 200 SMA is the average of the price that is trying to get over. So this is an ascending triangle. It still has a lot of room here, but we have earnings on it on 2/5, which is next week. See, we have a lot of earnings next week. A lot of earnings. So then we go to the daily and we see, okay, here looks good. We lost it here, doesn't look good, but we got back, that's good. But then we broke out and then came back in, that doesn't look good. So this is wishy-washy on both sides. So we're probably going to come up and then it's going to be an earnings play. Does it look good? It looks good. RSI is above 50. Volume is good. It's just, let's see here. Earnings is what? 2/5. So we have, 2, 3, okay, 3. Okay. So we got 8 more days. Okay, the weekly. So it's going to be around week next week. No, a week. Okay, it's going to be around here. And that's 2/3 of the way, and that's fine. So do I think it's going to take off? I do think it's going to break out. I think it goes to 210. I think it has issues at 210. So right here, okay? Because as you see here, had issues. You see here, had issues. You see here, had issues, okay? So issues. I think we have issues right at 210. Okay, so we need to get through that 210. Once we get that through that 210, you could go 236. Okay, so 236. All right, so we get through that, we get 210. Okay, and then we get through that 210 to 211, we go 220, 232. All right. All right, BX. Baxter. Okay, looks like I worked on this one before. All right, so Baxter. The mean man kicked Baxter. Okay. All right, so we have a channel, that's evident. We have a channel going up, and we have a gap fill here. Okay. So we have a channel going up. We have a gap fill there. Okay, it's on the lower end of the channel. So is that good? Yes. Is it a buy from here? Yes. Is it a buy for earnings? I don't know. That's 212, so that's 2 weeks out. That 50 or that 100 SMA is acting as resistance. That 20 SMA is acting as resistance. The 50 SMA is acting as support. So I feel like, okay, move up. I mean, it has good short-term possibility. Earnings, I can't speak on that. I don't know what it's going to get to before that. But right now, it looks like a good buy just because it's on the lower end of the channel. Okay. All right. Netflix. Like I said, as long as it stays above 80, 82, 89, it's good. It's good. Okay, we need to break. What did I say? If a channel has the 20 SMA as a resistance, it's a good channel. And what is this? We have a downtrend channel, and the 20 SMA is right on the resistance. So we have to break that 88.70. Once we break that, we're good. Once we break that, we're good. We go 95, 100. Okay, right now we're going sideways, but we're making room so that once we get to this area, we break out. Okay, I don't think this is it. This is a very strong area of support. This is a very high resistance level. So once we get to a rock and a hard place, we're gonna figure out who's stronger. Okay, we want to see Netflix break out. Okay, if it does, we just need a little time. We need not until next week, and that makes sense because there's a lot of big earnings next week, like I've been saying. So right now, it's just a wait. Okay. All right. LLY. Okay, LLY. So LLY, we killed it on it here, and then it's just been kind of going sideways. We had a false breakout. I told you guys on that false breakout I didn't like it. It doesn't come back. But it's kind of just been kind of consolidating. Let's check it out on the weekly. Okay, on the weekly, it looks great, except for that false breakout. So now it's waiting for earnings. So earnings again next week. A lot of big earnings next week. So you're just gonna have to wait for that earnings. I think we have PFE also next week. For earnings, there's a lot of big earnings next week. So this is just consolidation, and you're gonna consolidate until those earnings. Has a squeeze. I don't like that it's below 50, but it looks like it's bottoming here. It's gonna turn around, so it's kind of just gonna stay in this zone. I think this zone right here, particularly, it's gonna stay in there until earnings. I wish I had more to say on that, but that's what it's gonna do. All right, NVO. All right, NVO. Not bad. Doesn't look bad. So definitely has a channel. Okay. So here's a channel. Perfect channel. Okay, perfect channel. And it's above 59.57. 59.77, and it's above the 200 SMA. That's good. It's right here. Earnings next week. God, earnings it's a big week next week. So it's holding here, okay, and I think it's gonna continue to hold, and it continues on because there's no reason to drop. We're above all the moving averages. Okay, 20 SMA is coming up nicely. Okay, 50 is coming up nicely. 50 is gonna cross over that 100 SMA. So that looks good. Overall looks good. But again, earnings are 50-50, and I don't like how the RSI is already kind of weakening. See how the RSI is kind of weakening right here? It's kind of making a bearish divergence when we're still strong on the stock. This one's already giving up, right? Don't like that. I don't like it, but that just could mean we're just going to go sideways. We're going to stay in this area, and we're going to go sideways, okay? But, overall, the trend is good. But RSI, it gives me a little worry. Okay. Apple. Okay, Apple, I mentioned you guys it was going to go to 262, and then it kind of fell off. Has earnings tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow after market. The only issue I have with the only issue that I have with the earnings is right here. Okay, it came up to the RSI 50 and it's already rejecting. That's already like a tall tale sign that it's not good. Okay, I don't know. Earnings are always 50-50, but if you look at this right here and we go like that, we can see this is a downtrend and we're stuck in that downtrend. Okay, so this might make a bull flag and it might pop out of the downtrend, but am I gonna bet my money on it? Probably not. And I told you guys from here, remember here, I told you guys that this is the new top. I said if it gets back under 280, this is topped out, and that's because of what? This long-term trend here and this resistance here. Okay, I think we made some money on those puts. We made some money on those puts on the 260 puts for January. I think we made some good money on. But here, I think we still need to with Apple earnings tomorrow. I'll be real with you. I think earnings are going to be flat or down, and then it comes back up, but then it goes nowhere. So I think earnings are going to be they're probably going to be good earnings, but they're probably going to be the stock is probably not going to do nothing. And yeah, I think it hit the bottom of the channel here and then popped, and then it's setting you guys up for failure. I don't know. Maybe it rips up or something, but from what I'm looking at, doesn't look promising. Sorry about that, but just giving you my perspective. Okay. CRM. All right, CRM here. You know, I want to like it, but I don't. I want to like it a lot, but I don't. Because this could possibly be a double bottom, but it's not. Because the RSI needs to be higher and the RSI is lower. So it's really not a double bottom. So the RSI should be up here instead of lower. So I don't like it. I don't. Although I do like Salesforce, I just don't think it is I think it's a buy at 209. And I mean, if we just clear all this out, you could see this bearish engulfing on the monthly. That's not healthy. You could see this box right here that it's just been building just sideways for what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Okay, look at the RSI rejecting 50 every time. It's just not healthy, you know. It's kind of like SLV, right? We keep trying to call the top on it, just not happening. Just keep trying to call the bottom on this, just not happening, right? Can it bounce? Sure, it could bounce, but does it look good? No. Look at it, hasn't been above the RSI 50 in a long time, over a year. It got over a little bit here and then failed. So, I mean, here it's just like there's a lot of better things out there to be looking at than just this, you know. So, you know, that's my opinion on it. All right, Meta. All right, Meta. Where's it at right now? It's at 714. Okay, what was I target at? 719. Okay, 719. So, you know, it's gonna gap up. So 719. We'll look at the daily. Okay, 719 is right here. It's gonna gap up, and most likely when you have a gap up that big, it's not gonna do anything. It's gonna go sideways, and you can see right here. This is sideways. This is sideways. So if we open up in this area, it's gonna go sideways. So I suggest to you, if you have calls in Meta, sell at the open. Sell at the open. Because if you could see the past, chop, 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 chop. Okay. Look at all this chop. Okay. Chop, 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 chop. It opens up right here because it's at 714 right now. Okay. Opens up right there. Chop, chop, chop. If it opens up above 720, you got a chance to go. But if you open up below 719, most likely you chop around and you're going to lose a lot of IV. And then I would just say sell it at the open. All right. Usually when the stock gaps up like that, it chops around. Look at example. This one gapped up. What did it do? Chop, 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 chop. Okay. This one didn't even gap up that much. And then chop back down. Chop, 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 chop. This one gapped up. Chop, 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 chop. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, if this gaps up, we're below 719. It's going to chop, 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 chop. Okay. Just my professional opinion. All right. MDB. All right, MDB, nice trend. Okay, nice trend. Above the 20. Okay, going. Okay, RSI above 50. That's good. Stochastic's coming up. That's good. Okay. All right. As long as it holds this area, it's probably going to go sideways for a little bit, but I think it breaks out to the upside. This is a good one. This is a good swing. It's a nice swing. Where's it going next? It is going 442. Okay, 433. 460. Okay. As long as that trend holds, this one's going higher. RSI doing well. Everything else is doing well. All right. DB. Okay. All right. We got team. Okay. All right. Team. Oh. All right. Team. Okay. Let's clear all this out. Okay, let's go look at team in a way. All right. All right, team over here. All right, now let's look at team here. Actually, let's go to the weekly and look at team there. All right, team here. All right, team downtrend here, evident. All right, downtrend, evident. There's no bullish divergence. You're just hitting the bottom, coming to the mid. You're going to be rejected by the 20 SMA. You're not going to do anything until earnings, which is next week, just like all the other earnings. So you're probably going to hit this area of support right here, 129. Okay, you're going to consolidate, and then maybe you pop up, maybe get rejected, you come back down. But this is not telling me there's a bottom yet. There's no bullish divergence. You know, you are hitting a key level here, but it's not showing me anything. Unless you're above that 50, setting up and pushing, and then pushing that 20 SMA, there's no bottom here. Sorry about that. Okay, team. Okay, WDC. Okay, this is good. Western Digital. Okay, great. Look, this is a beautiful trend. Beautiful trend. Beautiful trend. This is just like MU. Okay, MU. They're both memory, and if in a land of AI and computer technology, guess what? Memory is key. Memory is important. So MU Western Digital, killers. Okay, this one's gonna keep going. I say buy long and just hold on to this. Just buy long and hold on to it. It's nonstop, nonstop. What is this? It started at what 70. The mid level is about 50. Okay, it's already almost 4 times it. Okay, all right. So I think you just keep holding that one. Just keep holding that one. Next level is 300, and then after that, you can get 325, and then 350. Okay, you just keep holding that one long term. Okay, you might have a hiccup on the earnings. Maybe you get a hiccup on the earnings just because you're gonna beat earnings. They're gonna beat earnings, but you might just have a hiccup just because the market wants to pull back for next week. But other than that, it's a solid stock. Stay long that one. Okay, MCHP. Okay, MCHP. All right, MCHP. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. This pop up. I don't like it. Um, I don't like it. Hold on. I don't like the gap up in doji, but weekly I do like this. If it could stay above 78, I like it to go higher. And where's it gonna go? I will tell you right now. It will go. All right, so it will go. Okay, right where it is. So if it pulls back, if it gaps down tomorrow, get out of it. Don't touch it again. It's trash. It gaps down tomorrow, get out of it. It's going to come back in. It's going to sell off. Okay, if it pushes through 82, it goes to 88. Okay. Not my favorite price action right there. Okay. Okay. All right, Lulu. All right, Lulu. Oh shoot. Okay, Lulu. All right, Lulu needs to get a back above 183 tomorrow. Needs to get back above 183, and it needs to get back over 185 this week. If it can't do that, there's no business being in it no more. It's gonna wash around. This right here, where the level is right here, is the support that this was right here. So if this can't hold that and it can't get back over 185, then there's no business being in Lulu. Get out. Okay? That's it. All right. I gotta keep going on this because I gotta go. But all right, this stock. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, it's in a box right here. It's in a box right here, and it's not doing anything. It's gonna do something for earnings. It's gonna do it, but it's just going in this box right here, and it's going towards the lower end of the box. Okay, not something you want to be in. Okay, okay, ARM. Okay, ARM. ARM has a possibility. Okay, so the only possibility that it has is that it has this inverse head and shoulders, but it needs to hold this level at 109. It needs a turn. RSI needs to get above 50. Look how it's rejecting. Not good. It needs a turn, needs a hold and set up, and then if that pushes, then we go higher. Okay, needs to hold that. If we get lower, no good. Okay, no good. Okay. 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 PNAW. Oops. PNAW. Okay. PNAW. PNAW holding 182 like it should. Okay. RSI still bullish divergence. Bullish divergence here, still looking good. Try to get over 50, but the bullish divergence is still there. All right. Volume, low volume, low volume. That's good. That means it's not doing nothing. That means it's not selling, not pushing, not doing nothing. Consolidation is good. Okay. It's just rejecting that 20. Once it gets through that 190, 193, we go 210 and more. Okay. All right. Okay, ARM, USAR. Okay, USAR. Okay, USAR looks good. It looks like it just started. It's wave 3. So I think any pullback here is a buy, and it's going to go to 40. Okay. You just got to hold on long. It's going to go to 40, but you got to hold on long. It's going to be maybe 37.50 to 40, but you got to hold on long. Okay. And then you better be very, very careful with that one, because it's going to go fast, and it's going to go when you're not looking. So you got to watch that one. Okay. Tier. All right. Tier. Okay. Tier looks great. Looks absolutely great. Here, let's look at bigger chart. Yeah, this one's great. This one's a buy long and hold. This one just started. It just started. Okay, so this is the consolidation it had right here. Okay, and I'm going to show you the consolidation it had here. Consolidation box, right? Okay, it still needs to go to 260. Okay, hasn't got there yet. This one's a good hold. 260. Okay, level. 260. Okay, 260 and more. And you could see this beautiful channel here. Okay, you can see that. See that beautiful channel. Okay, if it breaks that channel out, it goes 300. Okay, if it breaks that channel, we go 280. Okay, and then we go 300 if it breaks the channel. Okay, great looking stock. Has earnings next week. Oh, surprise in that. Lots of big earnings next week. Okay, IOVA. Okay, all right, IOVA, right? Okay, 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 this one is a penny stock. Okay, and then it has a channel here. All right, and this consolidation. Earnings is what, next week? Yep. No, end of the month, next month. Okay. But it's okay. No bearish divergence. Okay. This one is it's just slightly going higher. I don't see anything else on it. Okay, it might have insider buying on it, but you know, a lot of things. I mean, the only thing positive I see is weekly RSI above 50, squeeze forming, and above the 50 on the weekly. That's positive. That's positive. Other than that, I don't see anything much. Where can it go? This is where it's targeting. 363. Okay. All right. You. Okay, wait. You. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, you. Okay, above 27, 33. You could go 30. Okay, you need to hold that 27.33 though. Then you could go 30. Okay. MP. All right. MP. MP going sideways. It's above 66.20. It needs to clear the 73. The 73 is a hard one. It hasn't been able to do it in a while. If it does that, you get 80. Okay. Sorry for going so fast, guys. I just gotta go. All right. So SoFi, I told you about this last time. I told you guys last week. I said SoFi, it's on the tip, on the edge. If it loses 25, we're going to 20. Okay, and guess what happened today? We lost it. Squeeze firing down, RSI down. We're going to 22, and then we're going to 20. Sorry, but I did mention that last week. Okay, UNH, big drop. Okay, I said, what's the open here? Open is 293. This is 294. See, this messed up because if this would have closed a little bit lower, I would have been bullish on this. But I expect this one to pop maybe a little, maybe the 300, maybe a little bit more. But I think this goes sideways to down. If it closed a little lower and it made a bullish Rami, I would be a lot more positive. But since it didn't, no, it's not gonna do anything. Okay, RKLB. All right, let's see here. 10. Okay. Okay. RKLB has a bull flag on it. It's holding that 20 SMA. Possibly if you break with 99.68, you get 110. But if not, you go sideways for a while. RSI looks good. Stochastic doesn't look good. Looks like it's going to go sideways. Otherwise, if you break out, you go 110. In my experience, my idea, I think that this is your true resistance right here at 91.80. And I think you're going to have a top resistance and a lower resistance, and you're going to be down here or you're going to be up here. But I don't think you're going to break out to 110 in a while. Okay. Netflix already did. Okay, Hood. I mentioned to you guys last time I didn't like Hood, and I think it was going to go down, and it did. Okay, it's at the 200 SMA. It's at 33. I still think it goes lower, and I think it goes to 96. Okay, ONDS. Okay, ONDS. ODS has some kind of hope here. It looks okay. Looks good. Okay, as long as it's above that 11.68 and it's above its 20 SMA, it does look good. Can't say it doesn't. Okay, if it breaks out, it goes to 118. I think this is a long swing. I don't think it's a short swing. So our side looks good. Stochastics looks like it's turning around. So I think this could move in the next month. Looks good. 118. 18. Okay. RGTI. All right. RGTI at the lower end of the channel, holding the 20 SMA. 200 SMA. RSI still below 50. I think this needs to show a little bit more. But I think this is a bottom here at 21. I don't think it's getting any lower than this. I think it's a good long. And, IBM just took off on their earnings. And I think quantum computing is coming up. So I think this could be good. All right. Last one in the video. Okay. Okay, NVIDIA above 186, it goes 190, 193. It already hit 190. Okay, 193 is going to be the big one because that's where this resistance is. If we could get through that, we get 95. Okay, but that's a big one. So we got a squeeze. We got RSI looking good. I don't think this goes until next week till AMD goes. Okay, so yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Okay. Now, of course, we always end on Bitcoin, so I'm going to end it on Bitcoin. Bitcoin consolidating, still sideways. RSI under here, it's not ready. It's just going sideways, not doing much. But you know, we need above that 95. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry to cut it short, but it wasn't that much short. It was only 30 minutes shorter. Okay. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week. All right, guys. Good night.